Yeah, it's always going to be difficult because Sundowns have the ability to bring in a lot of quality, and for us as a club, it's difficult to be able to do that. Our financial constraints is not the same as theirs, so we try and bring in the quality that what we can, but a lot of that we're bringing in, as you would see, is young talent that we're bringing in that still need time to gel. And I think if we can keep our squad together for another year or two, then I think we'll be a lot better. I look at the today's game. If we can, once we win that ball, get out of those compressed areas, because they're very, very good in compressing the game, because they have a lot of numbers, especially through the middle. And when you win the ball there, if you can get it out very, very quickly, and then look to play on the transition, then you can catch them. And we didn't do that today. We need to be better at that. That next pass, that final pass, all of that has to get better, and then possibly you can start competing against them. But you can't deny the quality that Sundowns possess.
But you signed a striker, I think he was playing in America. I don't know what the situation is. It's struggling to adapt to the standard of the league or
Yeah, currently he's actually injured at the moment. So we're hoping to get him a few games coming up, probably in the Diski, because he's still young. He can still go play there. I think he still needs to adapt to the South African game. I've given him 12 opportunities so far this season, and in all those games, he's struggled to really show the ability that we see he possesses in training. So now it's about him transferring what he's doing in training into the match, even if the minutes that he's getting is not a lot. But he needs to show us that, but like I said, currently he finds himself injured, and his name is Jordan Bender.
If you can just tell us the media entity you represent and ask the question.
Thanks, Coach. It's Hepo from ENC. Coach, with the we call it bum time now, 6 games to go for the team. Seeing how your team has fared so far, also taking into account today's result. I mean, mathematically, there's still that hope of a second finish. Realistically,
Yeah, I've explained to the team that at the beginning of the season we were always looking over our shoulder, but that's not the case now. We need to be looking what's in front of us, and yes, there's 6 games, and they are 6 very, very tough games. None of them are easy matches. Every single match is going to be a fight, but we need to believe that we can try and achieve that top 4 position, which is what we set ourselves at the beginning of the season. And currently, as it stands, we have that opportunity still available, because we've got to play Pirates, we've got to play Chiefs. So those become 6 pointers, so important what we do at home against Amazulu next weekend. But take it one game at a time. That's key. So that's where we focus right now. That next game, ensuring we collect maximum points, and then move on to the next one.
We have the last 3 questions.
Thank you. Good evening, Coach Karabo from Supersport.
Yes.
Coach, I don't know, does it frustrate you that most of the time when you play up against Sundowns, the games are always closer for you? I mean, I'll take you back to the season. You played Sundowns on a Wednesday, you played Chiefs on a Saturday, you got 4 points. Where has that performance been for most part of the season? Because last season you did brilliantly well. Does it frustrate you that when you particularly come against Sundowns, the players bring the NK game, and with other clubs, it looks like then it just drops a bit of notch?
It's not only at Cape Town City. It tends to happen at all the clubs. Everybody raises their game when they face the top three, Pirates, Sundowns, Chiefs. And then when you play against Maruma Gallants, the level tends to drop, and that is something that we focus on as coaches. But, there's only so many times we can tell the players the importance of maintaining that level that you played against Sundowns in your next match, And if you can do that, well, then the games are going to be a lot easier. I'm not saying you're going to win them, but it's going to make it a lot easier, and we're a club that likes to bring youth through the ranks, and I've played a lot of young players this season, and it's a lot easier to give those youngsters, unlike today, pressure situation. I'm throwing a youngster, Luke, who just played for the Diski in an important match against Mamelodi Sundowns, Yeah, does he learn from it? Yes, but you don't want to put that pressure on a young player, so if we can take all our matches seriously as we do against the likes of Sundowns, then it makes our jobs a lot easier.
Coach Maskepa from Power FM. Just to pick up on two things that you said, to my colleague, about how Sundowns is obviously going to add more to their team for the next season and make it difficult for anyone to catch up. But when you opened, you said you want to go back to playing, from the back and keep going and so on. But I think the biggest challenge that also you have, which is opposite to what Sundowns has, is Cape Town City has been selling. And obviously at the moment there's...
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying to you, we don't want to do that. We want to keep the majority of the squad that we currently have to our disposal, because we know that if we can keep it together in a year or two, we can be a lot stronger than what we are now. But understand something, no player is not for sale. If an offer comes that, and sometimes they do, crazy offers, I can't blame the club selling the player, because ultimately it benefits the football club. We're a football club that when I joined in the first season, we didn't even have a field to train on. Now we have a field in Hartley Vale. Our Diski team has a field, and before they had to go to Guguletu. They couldn't find training facilities. Now, with players that have moved on to bigger clubs, we've managed to now be able to move to Hartley Vale, build that artificial pitch. We want to build a clubhouse. We want to build accommodation for the younger players. All of that comes with money. You understand? So it's, like I said to you before, we want to keep the team that we currently have, but if an absurd amount comes for one of our players, obviously the club is going to look at those situations.
Who's going to hate me, but does it make it difficult for you to choose then, to say you want to maintain and improve the club, but as a coach you also want to win something, because now you've got to play that balance?
Yeah, but I know where I am. You understand? I know where I am and what club I'm at, and those situations are going to happen. So I can't work against the club. I've been hired to work for the club, So that's the way I work. That's at least the way I see it. I'm there to help the football club achieve its goals and its objectives.
All right, thank you, Coach. And then, sorry, before you go, Coach, is there anything you want to ask for the upcoming game? Because I'm not sure if you'll have a press conference to allow questions. Like one question, if there's any. Yeah. It's Amazulu, and obviously coaching changes so late on in the season. One would have thought the planning starts a bit earlier for pros like yourself, Coach.
What planning now?
Planning for.
No, I'm saying what planning, because coach is gone.
That's what I'm saying.
So my poor analyst has done all his work for nothing. Because you don't know now. You don't know. A lot of changes. But we know the quality that they possess in terms of the players that they have. So we prepare for that, No different.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay.